Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aries, I know it's been a lifetime since I've recorded anything. I've basically been, I don't know, long story short, the upgrades that has been going on right now has just really taken a toll on me, and I haven't forced anything. I haven't forced to sort of come back here and make these videos unless I felt really inspired and really like in the right zone and right energy to do so, and then that may be not come back at all for over a month. So if you wonder where I've been, I can completely understand that. We're gonna go in and see what's happening for you for the month of April and see, just get an overall energy here first, and then really get into the message, and then have the angels come in and have their say at the very end. So Aries, what's going on for Aries for the month of April, please? We have a full moon coming up in Libra. Depending on where you live in the world, on the 5th or the 6th of April. And also Aries, I just realized I'm supposed to say happy birthday. Obviously, happy birthday, Aries. To early ones and to later on ones. You get the Epiphany card. That's really, really beautiful. I'm actually going to read for this card. But look at this. And do you see the gazillion butterflies? Like, if we can get to focus again, there you go. All of these, like all the way up here, is just a sea of butterflies. And that speaks like for ginormous transformation. And then we have all those birds. Birds, for me, usually delivers messages. Like, they come in to deliver messages. Like, just the other day, I had a skata. What is that called? Like, it's not a crow, but it's like a... It's sort of... it's either I know this name or it just has completely slipped my mind because I can't think of it right now. It's sort of a crow. It's sort of a black and white crow, and the black and white crow came up and were so close to me. It was still outside the window, but it was like almost looking at me, and it was those moments where you just understand, okay, this is a message for me. This is not just a bird flying by. And obviously that was a message, and I understood what the message was, and that was just finding beauty all over the world. If you are putting yourself in a love position and view everything from a love position, you're going to see everything through love and through beauty. And then your sort of troubles and problems melt away. So that was this really strong message for me. And so just look out for that, for when the birds come around and what they are trying to tell you. And also the birds represent freedom, just a lot of freedom, a lot of abundance, a lot of, what is it, the word that I'm looking for? Freedom, abundance, and just feeling like you're in a flow. It's easier, sorry, but it's easier to talk about what it's not. So this is not when you feel blocked. This is not when you feel like things aren't moving the way that you want them to. This is not when you feel like you go for something and sort of the door just closes on you. This is the complete opposite. It's just an open, it just really goes in your favor. And this is a phoenix rising, so this is coming out of something. This is you rising up from some hardship, and whether that is hardship financially, physically, thoughtly, relationship wise, like when it comes to your job, whatever this is for you, health wise, weight wise, for some reason I want to bring up, this is like coming out of this heavier, denser energy and like rising up to the occasion. And there's the epiphany here, and we're going to read about it. Like, you're coming to some sort of to terms with something, realizing something. I feel like this is going to be really, really helpful. Obviously, the yeah. And the first thing to say here, seek clarity. Like, just to, seek clarity. To experience an epiphany is to have a sudden realization or spiritual flash that will change the way you view yourself and others around you. You get to see the situation more clearly, as if someone just switched on the light. With this clarity, you can see the truth. You will also gain a sense of control within yourself to make positive decisions that will bring about happy and joyful outcomes. And the mantra for this card is, yeah, yeah, I can see clearly now. So when this type of clarity or this type of revelation or epiphany comes to mind, I just find that the peace that comes with this, probably was the word was peace that I was looking for before. It brings a sense of peace to your life. Like there's no stress, there's no worry, there's no fear, there's like I'm saying, if this is like a denser place, like you've been in a denser situation energy wise, and however that has expressed itself, you're rising up from it, and you're coming out of all of that, and just having this epiphany, it just brings so much clarity and clearings, like a clear view of things to just make sense. You know, just make sense. And from that point of view, or from that perspective, to be able to make choices and make decisions from a place where you're just clear-minded, it is such it's so gratifying, because there's no worse place. I mean, over this past month, it has just been a roller coaster for me. Just the stuff that has come in, and the insecurities and the fears that has like just risen in my body. You know, so speaking from my own experience, just coming to that place where those fears subside and you come into clarity, and you come into like just a clear mind to have a clear perspective, it brings so much calmness and peace to your body and to your life, rather than making choices and decisions out of worry, out of lack, out of not feeling confident and whatever. So there's a rising here in the month of April. And I love that this is your month, that this is Aries also. We're going to come into the Aries season. We're going to come into the Aries season and like really feeling this one. And I don't know what you felt up until this point, because there's been so many planets in Aries, like so many planets in Aries. And I still think it is, when I'm recording this anyway. Like, I think it was 6 planets in Aries at some point. And it's just been a really, really energized place. Like, the placements in Aries has just really been through the roof. So you probably have been feeling this one. If you haven't, you're probably one quarter to dead. And feeling it might mean really euphoric. Feeling it might mean really down and out. It depends a little bit on where your energy is. So like when there's a surge of energy coming in, where are you? That's going to be highlighted. That's going to be triggered, right? So just because it's a more busy placement in your sign doesn't mean that it's all going to be like happy. It just means that whatever you're in is getting highlighted. And it gets you to a point where you can actually clear it out, which is a really good thing. Okay, going deeper into this message, epiphany, rising up, getting clarity, coming out of worry and perhaps even fear, and get into a clear-minded state. What do we have for Aries here, please, for the month of April? I love this. So we have solutions, number 14, and we have 7 of Gabriel, which is all about regaining that power of yours. So it's just so fitting that we continue on this path. So if you feel like you've just come out of a situation that hasn't felt solution oriented, it has rather felt like it can be something that you wanted to do and you had no idea how that was going to come about. And all of a sudden, there's a clear mind. Things just clear up. It it opens the door to new things. And you probably have come, because it's solutions, you probably come from a place where you don't feel like there's a solution. And if you're listening to this like right this moment and you don't feel the solution just yet, just stay, like we have Seven of Gabriel there, which is all about coming into your power, reclaiming your power. Take back that lack of confidence feeling. I don't mean take back the lack of it, but like if you felt like there was lack in confidence, to just bring back the feeling of power and the feeling of confidence, and you're going to come into the solutions. Like, so if anything has been like slow, it feels like it's like slow going, or it doesn't work out, or just when you think things are going to work out, it's sort of like a slap in the face a little bit. I keep seeing like the doors, feels like the doors have been shut. You're trying to go places, you're trying to open up windows or open up doors, but they just keep shutting you in the face. This is going to change, either has already started to change with this big, like with these big placements in your sign, but it can also be that you're just now feeling that you're coming, like either that can have already opened up, or you're just now, as you come into April, you're starting to feel like you're reclaiming that power. You're starting to feel more confident, and the doors will start to open for you, like one by one. And that's what the solution is all about. 14 is also a new beginning for the heart. It's like you're opening up. You probably feel more connected with your heart than ever, or on purpose are focusing in on your heart. And you might even do meditations where you focus on your heart, to just really connect with your heart and feel what is truth, what is the truth for you, what is the most authentic version of you, and trying to display that. So coming into the solutions is success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience, forgiving and healing energy. I just feel like this is a big turning point for you. This might be, and I get the number 8 in my head, so this might even be that some people, some Aries, have been going on this journey of 8 years, literally 8 years up until this point, where it has been a struggle. I'm not saying that you haven't had days that has been good, or that you've had days that has felt like you're leading a good life. But it might just be that there's been a big transition, a big transformation, like the biggest you ever saw, that has been ongoing for like at least 4 to 8 years. And you're just now coming into this healing energy and this wholeness and finding your heart again and going on this right track where things starts to like show up for you and brighten for you and just light up. You're coming into the solutions of things. And it's such a, I think it's Abraham, and as in Abraham Hicks, they have the best analogy. Like if you've been sitting, and you probably have, or if you don't have a driver's license, you at least have been sitting next to someone as you're driving through traffic, and you're coming into those long lines of cars, and it slows down, and it might even come to a standstill. Like there's so much traffic, or there's something like an accident or whatever, something has happened that has made you just, slow down so much to the point where you may need to like stop the car altogether, and you're just sitting there in a queue of cars and you can't really move. And it's getting frustrated because you can't get out of the car, you can't push for, please move forward because there's cars in front of you. So you can like literally just sit there. It feels a little bit like out of control. And then that feeling, even though you're not going to go like how many miles per hour, I don't know how that translates, but like you're not going to go super fast right away, but just that feeling of starting to like, there's a movement. You just see, or you even sit and you watch out in the window, and you see cars in front of you. So you haven't even started moving yet. The car in front of you haven't even started moving yet. But you see like further down the line, you see a car starting to slowly roll. And it's like, it brings so much happiness that you just get to feel the anticipation of the movement, and sort of the security of just knowing that soon enough that's going to mean that you're going to get to go. And so I just love that analogy, that in the slightest bit of when we felt stuck for so long, or when there's been a situation where it has just not been movement for you, even the notion of movement up ahead, or you then starting to slowly but surely, like there's not even a gas thing, like you're not even putting your foot on the gas, or accelerating or anything. You're just sort of maybe letting go of the brake, so the car starts rolling a tiny bit. That gratifying and satisfying feeling is, I just feel this for you, is like things might not like be full speed ahead just like that, but you will start to feel the movement of this. You'll start to feel the acceleration of the energy, and that's all you need. It's just a feeling of, okay, things are moving in the right direction here, and it feels really good. And this is simultaneously for you too. This card is Seven of Gabriel, is all about standing up for what you believe in, standing in your true power, standing in your authentic, like I talked about before. What is your truth? What is the authentic version of you? Connecting with that heart. And here we have stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, claim your personal power. This is when you're reclaiming yourself. So this can also have been that coming into the solutions of things, and we're rising up to the occasion of our own life. That's quite profound. Rising up to the occasion. It actually gives me goosebumps as I'm saying that. Rising up to the occasion of your own life. Like your own life wants you to rise to the occasion. I'm going to write that down. Rising up to the occasion of your own life, just meeting your own standards. Does that make sense? It's like life wants to give you all of this, whatever all of this is. And I'm going to get to the point of what I was going to, there's two things going simultaneously here now. Rising up to meet your own standards, rising up to the occasion of your own life. Like there's certain standards in your life, there's certain things that could really take place and could really take form and shape in your life right now if you were just there to rise up and meet it. So there's something, and you're doing that as we speak. So I was on my way to say, you might come into the solutions of things, of practical things, of if there is a job, like you haven't gotten a job in forever and you've been searching for that, whatever this is, but like just in a general sense, you might have been looking for a job for forever, but feels like forever for you, and you have not been able to catch a break, or like it just doesn't work out, and then the solution part is, and then you find the job, and I would call that like a practical thing outside of you, or you've been wanting a relationship forever and ever and ever, and all of a sudden there's a person that's still outside of you. But the solution can also, because we have the Phoenix rising here, this is you coming back from a denser energy, and this is reclaiming your personal power. So this solution thing can also be that you're rising up to the occasion of your own life. Like the solution-oriented part is also you. You're rising up. You're finding your personal power. And if you haven't had any inkling of this in your previous life, or like if you haven't had any coming back from the dead or coming back from a heavier place, people ask about things in their life, and it's beautiful when things shows up. It's beautiful when you manifest things in your life that you've been wanting. But if you've had the notion that that is you asking for a better path, you're asking for an improvement in your life, and you're asking to better yourself somehow, and then something materializes or something starts to manifest, it's glorious, it's beautiful, it's awesome to have the thing manifest that you want. But the most satisfying thing I find is that you understand that it's your doing, that you've changed something within you now. You've risen, you've come out of the denser energies. And whether that is a little bit like, because I know that these are trying times. I am trying as much as any other person right now. It's like these are trying times. That's the best way I can put it. So there's a big roller coaster feel here. So even though you don't feel like this empowerment, this rising up and like reclaiming yourself and your self sense of confidence, and then the next day it's like, it's like where the heck did that confidence go? Like, I was so good yesterday, or like I was so good this morning, and then this afternoon is like, it just all comes crashing down. To not be hard on yourself then, because it is like this. It's always like this, because that's how the waves are moving through our entire universe. Like always, that's just fact. That's how it's built. But I just find that the intensity of the roller coaster right now, it's just through the roof. So just be kind to yourself here, Aries, okay? Okay. And then we're going to hear what the angels want to tell you for the month of April. What do we have for Aries for the month of April, please? And I just want to, your angels want to tell you to ask your angels. That's a little bit paradoxical. I'm going to get to that in a second. I just want to say, when you get into that place of not feeling so great, not feeling that confidence, or not feeling that personal power, like maybe a little bit worried again, or a little bit like whatever that is, I think the greatest disservice that we're doing to ourselves is that we then judge that as wrong. Because we felt that feeling good was right, and then therefore feeling bad is wrong. And it's not. It's just this awakening that is happening as we speak is like, it is just coming up, and I see that there's a delay here in I hope that's not, it's just on my end. It's just, things are just going to keep coming up and keep coming up and keep coming up until they're healed. And I feel like there's a greater sense of the healing right now, in terms of, you're not just healing the here and now. Well, you can only heal anything in the present moment. But what you're healing is linked to previous life, to ancestral life, to maybe a group. It's a group thing that is going on. So it's going to take a moment. So when you go into the lower end of that wave, to just be kind to yourself, this is what I'm practicing myself as we speak, to just be kind to yourself when those lower moments comes in there again, and not making them wrong. Because the moment that I say, oh, I'm here again, it's like, and it's okay. It just takes all the judgment off of me, and it actually takes a lot of the heaviness off of me, because it feels like almost 50% of the heaviness comes from my own judgment of being on the lower end again. Does that make sense? So just be really kind to yourself as you go into those lower parts, and know that you're going to get, inevitably, you're going to get back up again. You're going to ask your angels. So this is not for me. It's not for me to give you any information from your angels right now. The angels want you to make a clearer connection with your angels again. So this might be, and if you've been a little bit down and out, like the further down you go, the lesser of a connection with your angels you can actually have, because the split or the separation between doesn't mean that they're not there. It doesn't mean that they're not helping you every single day. Every 24/7 of angel help, is there. But you might not have felt it, because as you dive a little bit deeper, the separation becomes, it's not really separation, but the gap becomes wider, and it's a little bit tricky to feel that they're there. So they're now encouraging you to make a reconnection with your angels again, to sit with a clear intent to just reconnect with your angels. And then whatever question you have for them, ask it. And if you don't hear it in the moment, if you don't get a full answer in the moment, just sort of expect it later on that day, or within the next few days. It shouldn't go longer than a few days, but it might not come in an immediate 5 minutes either. Because when you're in an asking mode, you're in a type of energy. So now we have to move over into like a receiving mode, or like an answering mode, to be able to hear the answer. So reconnect with your angels and ask them anything you want. They really are wanting you to, they're inspiring you to make contact with them again. And one should never promise, but I almost feel a promise coming in here that, and this might even be the thing that you might have asked the angels in the past, or you might have tried to reach out to them in the past and felt like there's no, you can't really make the connection with them, or you don't know if it's true that it's them that is there giving you the answers, or like maybe not really trusting the answers that is coming. Is that just you, or is it, I think there's going to be a deeper connection here. And maybe for the very first time, no matter what age you're at, whether you're 25 or 75 or 85 or like whatever, I want to anyway, it feels like it might even be for the first time you really will establish a real connection, and you will find it to be trustworthy this time. There's something in you that just trusts that it's for real this time. Okay? That's what I have for you for the month of April. Beautiful Aries people. Take care. Bye.